What's up guys, Kevin Slowman here and welcome back to another reaction video. Today we are reacting to Assassinated, episode 15.5, Choices by Paulo. And now my dog is doing my intro for me. You good? Are you good? You offering your opinion on Assassinated? Cool. Like, my dog is also here, and apparently she's a fan of Assassinated too, Paulo, so well done. You've encouraged my dog to be, reacting to this as well. In any case, from what Paulo has told me, this is... I'm probably going to have to get some understanding, because I don't know if I've got this right. I think it's to spread more details on the events of episode 15, which I believe is the most recent episode where Poppy died. Is it Poppy died? I should have gone back and watched this episode before I watched that. Before I watched this one. But oh well. I'm sure memories will come back to me once things are mentioned. So I'm not too worried about that. In any case, let's just get on with it. Got a good volume. There we go. Oh yeah, Lex is dead. I remembered his name this time. I literally could not remember his name. I remember I was DMing Paulo, and I literally could not remember the dead dude's name. I often just refer to him as the red guy, because he died, and didn't he die in the first episode he appeared in, and then, like, yeah, I just forgot his name. I probably will just keep nicknaming the red dude, because it's funny. Anyway.
Do you want to be the villain, or do you want to die?
Thank you.
Yeah, it is continuation after.
I'm glad I could be your human.
You believed,
as in, after the movie.
that Poppy was where destiny would catch up. You were wrong. The prophecy, our curse, will soon lay its grasp upon you.
This is perfect!
Oh shit, that scared me!
Oh, so tragically. And now
Not the first person point of view.
Symmetry, wouldn't you agree?
Also, side note, I really like his shoulder blades. They look really cool.
Fail.
Nightmare?
It was just a nightmare. Hang on just a day longer, guys. We'll meet again soon.
Yeah, I wonder how they're gonna reunite.
Let's see where Rosie's at. We Paulos are meant to be the villains. It's just our way.
Bro's being possessed by his evil counterpart. The dude's probably just like, come on, let me have my brain is off limits.
Rosie? Are you there, lady? Hun?
Wait, do they have separate rooms in this? But isn't in one of the previous episodes they were sharing a bed? Or is it because of the injuries that, it'll probably get explained, I don't know. I am thinking too much.
Weird. She's normally always in her room. Wait, maybe on the roof. She tends to go there to think.
Sorry about that. I'm gonna rewind that real quick because my dog just got up. Damn. Do you think this is a case? Okay, I'm theorizing here. I like theorizing, okay? But this is just me theorizing. Do you think he's gonna keep getting possessed, or like keep getting his mind and like perhaps his body like affected by the original Paulo until he accepts who and what he is? Maybe it's the fact that he's resisting like he's resisting prophecy, or he's resisting what the original Paulo wants, that it's gonna like it's gonna like affect how he sees the world or something. Well, no, because we've already done that. I don't know. I feel like we've already gone through the part where like Paulo accepts that in the past he has done bad things. He finally came to that conclusion instead of villainizing things. Obviously, yes, he still has a long way to go. I don't think it's something that will all just, be fixed in the span of one episode. And I like the fact that Paulo does take on board these things. So I'm fully expecting, But this I feel like is something different in the regards to. Apparently, from what the original Paulo was saying was it's the destiny of all Paulos, of all multi-universes, to be a villain of some kind. So maybe this most recent version of Paulo, as in this Paulo, has the most potential out of all the Paulos, and maybe the original Paulo is jealous that he didn't get to fight for the choice. Maybe he went too far, and now he's seeing this Paulo make very, very different choices while still trying to fight for what's right. And maybe there's like maybe it's like the conflict that's like that makes the original Paulo keep tapping into his mind. I don't know. I'm sure this will get explained, and it obviously will get explained eventually. I'm finding it interesting. Okay, I'm liking the fact that it wasn't just the case in the last episode where Paulo was like, because the original Paulo in the past episode was like, do you want to be a villain or do you want to die? And then Paulo was like, bet I'd rather die, and then do what you want. And then the original Paulo was like, okay, cool, you do you then. And I'm glad there's that continuation, because I did find that kind of reaction kind of strange, especially for a villain. But we'll see. Pretty Sky.
Rosie?
Oh, hey, hun.
Have you changed her name to Rosie, or is that just a nickname he's giving her? I'm assuming it's just a nickname that he just like a yeah.
Didn't see you there.
Was her full name Rosie, and her eyes are a different color. Why are her eyes are a different color? They're like either red or like they used to be red. I thought I could. I'm gonna be tripping here. Give me a moment. I'm on episode 15. I'm finding a picture of what's the hell is I'm blanking on name. Where are you? Rose. Okay, Rose's eyes are red here. Okay, I was right. Her eye color has always been red. I'm wondering. So why are her eyes like? They're either like they look purple there. Watch me theorizing this, and it's just gonna get explained in like the next 5 seconds.
What you got on your mind, lady?
Well,
Something's bothering.
remember I had that talk with Rock at Poppy's grave?
Yeah, of course I do. Why?
He mentioned that he was leaving the lawless city because it was no longer a place for him to be now that Poppy was dead.
Does she want to leave? I didn't even consider that. Maybe she's thinking the same thing, like, this place has too much trauma, and maybe Paulo feels like he's obligated to stay because of his friends that... Oh, they're not just his friends, are they? There's his adoptive sister. Well, technically they're all really his adoptive siblings, in all fairness. They're all his family. But yeah, I'm wondering if that's good.
I want to leave this place too.
I fucking caught that! I caught that the second it happened! I knew from the way she was speaking, that's where this was going. I do think it will be interesting, though, if you take the series outside of the city. I mean, obviously, I think season 1 overall is called The Lawless City. So if you do end the story with them exploring outside the city, exploring to other places, I'm all for it. That's fucking dope. I love that.
What? Why?
Paulo, nearly 5 years ago, a case made the news. A gas explosion killed 4 fathers, 4 mothers, and 1 sister. 4 of the children from the victims went missing that day.
You mean the explosion I accidentally caused? I'm so sorry.
No, love, it's not about what you did. I'd never blame you for that. It wasn't your fault.
Nope.
Then what bothers you?
Okay, another thing I want to theorize that. I wonder if this... Okay, it might be something that like, is delved into once Paulo learns that Derek is alive. But I wonder if it's going to be tapped into as to why it was then and there that Paulo's reactions... Sorry, not Paulo's reactions. Paulo's powers just so happened to suddenly react the way they did. Was that the original Paulo, like, taking place inside Apollo's mind? Was that Derek arriving on the scene? I feel like it's very... I don't know, to me it feels very random that how his powers just suddenly caused this massive explosion. Suddenly they made the city completely lawless. I feel like that is something that probably will get delved into at some point. So it'll be interesting to know, like, because obviously, you know, Paulo blames himself for what he's caused. And, you know, that's completely understandable as why he feels guilty, because he obviously doesn't know why it happened that way, he doesn't even know why he has these powers in the first place. I mean, yes, he knows that he is part of a legacy of Apollos who know green arc magic, but he doesn't know why. So there are all these questions, but it's just something I thought I'd throw out there.
The news rapidly spread across the city. Within days, protests formed, and within weeks, the police were overwhelmed. Exactly a month after the incident, the police vanished, and our city went lawless. It only took a week for the one person I loved and in whom I could confide in to die. My mother, she was a lawyer, so she was in quite a bad name with many criminals. Once law and order ceased to exist,
the criminals took advantage of that situation. Oh my god. Wow. Assassinated. The land of orphans.
well,
No parents exist here.
fill in the rest.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Growing up, I had always dreamed of being a lawyer, like her. But after that day, I knew that the city I would grow up in would never allow me to be that.
There was no law to enforce. No court. Everyone was free to do as they pleased. Violence, blood, death.
Okay, I'm theorizing again here. What if... I wonder if, like, when the series all comes to an end, obviously that's a far, far future thing off. So this is literally just light theorizing here. This isn't even, like, a serious theory. But, like, I wonder if, like, it will all come around to them coming back to this city, rebuilding it anew, and actually making things alive again, or if they're just gonna, like, move on from it and be like, there's too much damage done here, there's too many bad memories. Because, yeah, it's definitely one route you can take to, like, move away from the city, to move on from the past, but I feel like it's also you have another angle where you can come back to that place and be like, we're gonna set things right, we're gonna rebuild, we're gonna give it another chance. Like, I don't know. It depends on which route that Paulo goes with this. He might not do either. It might be something that, I am leaning more toward the leaving the city idea. Because it does open up a whole section of different pathways that you can have with different arcs. Because obviously, I'm sure many people haven't forgotten the fact that Dreams reached out to Paulo about Lily's powers, Lily's connection to the end, and then we just haven't heard from him since. So there's obviously that angle, which I'm sure will be delved into more, but yeah, I do feel like the leaving the city out idea is definitely a strong. I'd be here for it. I'm down with that, and I also feel like since Derek seems to be the main villain, at least at the moment. Yeah, at least at the moment he seems like the main villain. So them leaving the city would actually go against what he wants. Like, it's showing that, yeah, we don't fucking care about your control over us anymore. We know you're a piece of shit. We're leaving, or unless you watch, it'll turn around a bit, and Derek will be like, "Well, I expected you to leave. I knew this was going to happen." Anyway, I think that's a strong possibility. It's a strong route you could take.
That became the norm.
Many didn't survive. This city used to have millions of citizens. Now I'd be surprised.
Millions? Millions? How big was this city? Was this like the capital of... I don't know, what's the capital of the Netherlands? I don't know. Is this what you're referring to? Does it have millions of people? I can't think of any city that has millions.
If it even hit 1,000. And that's the place we grew up in. But it doesn't have to stay that way. I have friends in a different city who offered me a better life.
So you're leaving. Dear?
We're leaving. I had hoped.
What do you mean with... You want me to go with you, don't you?
They have advanced tech that can stop the
They have computers. They have a PlayStation, Paulo. We can play They have an Xbox, Paulo. We can play Super Monkey Ball finally after all these years. I don't know. I love how that's where her brain went to. Is just they have tech.
mercenaries from reaching you.
You know I can't just leave this city.
Yeah, his eyes red. Like he's either really tired or something's happening to him.
I have to deal with the mercenaries, my dear. It is my destiny to stop them.
I was afraid you'd say that.
I wonder if as he's walking away he's gonna get affected again by this.
Don't walk away.
I'll be back once I'm done with the mercenaries.
Yeah, okay, so he is falling back into this same cycle. He's pushing people away to like, and it is sort of villainizing him in a different way. He's not outright being like, well, I'm right, you're wrong. He's being like, I don't know, I feel like he's very conflicted.
We can see whether we leave the city then.
Paulo, please wait. Don't go.
Is nobody
Wait for what?
Is nobody questioning why her eyes are a different color, or did Paulo just forget to change them? Why are her eyes purple?
Wait for what?
Or does watching your boyfriend kill his ex? I mean, he didn't kill Poppy. But does watching that whole scenario just change your eye color or something?
Die if you go.
I won't.
Yes, you will. I saw it in a vision.
A vision?
It showed me that if you keep going and fight the mercenaries, it'll lead to an unspeakably gruesome death.
Do you think that's actually true, or do you think
If that is my fate, then so be it. I'd rather die.
Do you think she... yeah, I was gonna say, do you think she actually saw that? Or do you think she's just saying that to make him try and make him stay?
By fighting for those I care about and to flee and see those I love suffer in my stead.
You're the first person I've put my trust in since my mom. I can't lose you too. I don't want you to die.
And I don't want anyone else to die because I ran. Choices have to be made at all times. All you can do is make sure you believe what you choose is right. I'm sorry, darling, but I'm going out there no matter what.
Please. I don't want you to die too.
Oh, I've had another theory here. I wonder if, because they're now separated, I wonder if, like, Derek's gonna take advantage of Rose. Because obviously she's now distraught. She's gonna be, like, unsuspecting. Like, what if Derek is just, like, approaches her and, like, knocks her the fuck out or something like that? Let's, like, use her as leverage against... Ooh, okay. I'm curious.
You believed that peace was drawing near. No. It's not even close.
I thought that was gonna happen in front of Rose, but it didn't.
Become the villain. Or die.
Oh, I get it now. So he firmly believes that he's only got two options. Become the villain or die. And he prefers the option of death so much more than hurting the other people around him that he's just gonna keep choosing the option to die. He's just gonna keep throwing himself in as many life-threatening situations. My boy needs some therapy! And also probably an exorcist.
This is only the beginning. The beginning of an end.
Father, I've made my choice.
Father, I've made my choice. I'm assuming that's referring to Derek. Okay, that's interesting. That definitely sets up... It definitely sets up on how the final arc's gonna go, because obviously Paulo's gonna reunite with his friends, his adoptive siblings. Rose is now on her own. I think it's very possible that Derek will avoid the battle and go after Rose. That is my theory. And, like, use Rose as leverage against, Paulo. I don't know. That seems like what would happen. The only thing I'm really questioning in this episode that doesn't make sense to me, and I didn't think about this until, like, well after she mentioned it, but where's Rose's? Show me Rose's eyes. Yeah. No, like, not teary eyes. I want to show your actual... There you go. So you can see her eyes are clearly purple there. And she did mention she saw a vision of Paulo dying a gruesome death. So I'm wondering if something's happened to her that is and maybe the vision she saw is, like, linked to why her eyes are changing color, or her eyes are a different color, because I would have thought Paulo would have noticed. The only thing that's really confusing me with that is I feel like that's something, because Paula's looking right at her here, he probably would have noticed that her eyes are a different color. So, I mean, this is either a case of Paulo forgetting to change the color of the eyes on the rig back to red, or the color of the purple eyes have a deeper meaning and are linked in with the vision. Maybe, I don't know, maybe Rose has, like, powers that she's unlocking, but, like, she wants to leave the city so she doesn't have to, like, avoid, like, tapping into them or something. There are a lot of questions in that, but you watch. I'll be theorizing so much about these purple eyes, and Paulo will just DM me, be like, yeah, I kind of forgot to, change their color back to red. My bad. Might be thinking a little too much into that, but we'll see. But yeah, it was interesting. But yeah, so from I finally got the idea of how Paulo is thinking it's not that he's falling back into the same cycles of being a villain. It's that he's so against the idea of becoming that villain that any option to throw himself in a life-threatening situation, he's gonna take. Because he doesn't want to hurt other people. He doesn't want to, become the villain and turn on those around him. That scares him more than anything else. And that's probably why the original Paulo is defying him so much, because the original Paulo was like, become the villain. It's your only way out. It's your only way to live. I don't want you to die. You're the only hope for, future Paulo legacy or whatever. And Paulo's defying that, which is why he's feeling like the backlash of like migraines and like the green aura and whatnot. So it is interesting. I love that before it zoomed in on Rose saying, I love the fact that it zoomed in on Rose before Rose even said, I want to leave the city. I knew that's where that was going. I knew it. Just from the way she was talking, I knew that she was like, I want to leave too. So, It also is an interesting matter that it doesn't mean... It just shows how conflicting of a situation that is for Paulo. Because obviously Rose's... both of them are right. Both of them are right and both of them are wrong at the same time. Because, I feel like they do need to leave. That would be the logical thing to do. But also, morally, the right thing to do would be to aid your friends in a fight they most likely do not stand a chance against in winning. Unless, of course, some mega super powerful ability from one of the others gets unlocked. Speaking of which, I would like to theorize, and I think I have mentioned this in a previous episode, but I am fully expecting in the final arc, of the battle between the mercenaries and the hunters, I'm fully expecting Levin to die. I will be very shocked if Levin doesn't die. He kind of has the symbol of death, imprinted on his forehead because he killed... Was it Mara's brother? It was Mara's older brother. So I feel like Mara's gonna be extremely vengeful towards Levin. I'm kind of hyped up to see an epic duel or something between Levin and Mara, round 2, because obviously they dueled each other the first time. And it didn't really because obviously they end up grouping up with the main group, so the duel didn't really go anywhere. But it did look like it in the beginning that Mara got the best of Levin. So it'll be interesting to see how that progresses, because I'm definitely in the intro. I don't know if there's intro in this one. No, it's not the intro in this one. But it definitely looked like the typical Assassinated intro, that it shows Mara with glowing red eyes. So I'm wondering if she unlocks her own powers or something, because we don't really see... I think the only powers we see of the mercenaries are from Beacon, Vulcan, and Sapphire. I think they're the only 3. Tarak didn't show any, Mara didn't show any at the time. Lex definitely didn't. Is that all of them? Is there 6 of them? I think there might be 6 of them. But yeah, that's definitely it'll be interesting. It'll most definitely be an interesting thing. In any case, I've been talking a lot, so I'm gonna wrap up this video. How have I been doing this for 32 minutes? I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna end this video now. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed my theorizing, despite the video. I hope you enjoyed my countless theorizing. I'm looking forward to a big lengthy paragraph from Paulo, being of how correct or how wrong I am in these things. I do enjoy these. I enjoy theorizing and then just receiving his opinions on my theorizing and being like the fact that when I sound so confident in something, and then he's just like, "You're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong." But anyway, it's fun to theorize these things, and it also means that if I say something in one video, I can then go back to it and refer to what I said previously. But in any case, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.